What's going on, everybody? We're back with another one on the old GMC, and this one is a sponsorship video. So I've been wanting to do this, just haven't gotten around to doing it, being that the truck has been having issues with the lifters, but I think they're fixed now, so that's another good thing. Took it down to Missouri and back. It's like 1,600 miles, and it did great, no issues. So hopefully the lifter issue is resolved. We won't have to worry about that anymore until we do the delete on the AFM, active fuel management, on the truck itself. But yeah, so in today's video is going to be a sponsorship video, and like I said, it's going to be doing something that I really wanted to do to this truck. If any of you guys know, this is a 2015, or any of you guys don't know, this is a 2015. So with these trucks, starting 2016, you got Apple CarPlay built into the truck, but 2014 and 2015 did not. Same radio, just different like box that comes with the radio or something like that. It's something weird. You can make these have Apple CarPlay, but the screen on these are not the best. They're not like, the resolution on the screens are like terrible. So a company reached out to me and they sent me a radio to put in the truck. Let me show you guys what we got. So this is the radio that I got sent. I'm not even going to try that name because I can't pronounce it, but that's the name of the company. And the radio actually had pretty good reviews. I think it had like 4 stars out of 5. This here is going to be for the Bose. If my phone would focus, it is kind of chilly this morning. But this here is for the Bose amplifier, being that this truck does come with the Bose premium sound system. So that's for that. And then we got the radio in the big box here. Let me cut the truck off, that way you guys can hear me. Okay. Wanted to get a little warm inside the cab. Let's bring this bad unit on to the back and I'll show you guys what we got going on. Drop the tailgate. So, let me set the old camera up real quick, like somebody's horn's going off. But yeah, let me see here. Get the screen out, show you guys what the screen looks like first. And this is supposed to come with everything you need to just basically be a plug and play type deal. But yeah, here's the screen that we got. Pretty nice, honestly. Full touch screen, all that good stuff. Set that back down. And then we got another box. I'm sure this is going to be all the like plugs and stuff for the different features and whatnot. And I think this does come with a backup camera as well, which I don't think we're going to need. Yeah, so it does give you the backup camera. I don't know if you can plug, if my phone would focus. Looks like I'm orange right now. There we go. I don't know if I'm going to have to use that or not. Let's see, what else we got in here? Man, it comes with a bunch of different plugs, so there's all our plugs we got. Big old baggie of plugs, but everything is plug and play. Well, it looks like it at least. So there's that, and there's a backup camera. And then this here, okay, shift, brake controller, audio. So yeah, everything's labeled too, so that's kind of cool. Definitely a lot of wires though. The freak is this? Got a speaker? Look at that, that's a speaker in there. But yeah, I've never done one of these before. So we got audio, video, cable. Let's see if my phone will focus. So we got, come on phone. Audio, video cable, audio adapter, Apple CarPlay adapter, US adapter, or USB adapter, backup camera, radio antenna, power cable for 8-inch, what? External microphone, GPS antenna, USB adapter cable, steering wheel control, reverse adapter cable, original car radio jumper wire. We got a fuse, adhesive pad, and a speaker. Okay, that's kind of weird, but take a quick peek at this here. Okay, I mean, everything looks plug and play. We're gonna see. Reverse adapter. Install the reverse view. Seal does not display properly. Use the included reverse backed up signal human machine interface module. Okay, so it gives you multiple different options if stuff don't work. In addition to connecting the canvas decoder box to the TX RX interface, remove the cover under the steering wheel and locate a 10-pin connector using a steering controls and signal. So you're going to have to remove the radio, and then there's another thing underneath the dash you'll have to remove for the steering wheel controls to work. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead. I've never took one of these faces off the radio either, and my phone is still not wanting to cooperate. I don't know what's going on with it. But I think all we're going to need is a little bit of sockets here, and then one of these old boys here, old trim tool removal. So I'm going to go ahead, this surround piece here that goes around the radio, it should just pop out. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video because I don't want to try to do anything and force it out and then break it. Once I get that off, I'll pick the video back up and show you guys how the rest of it comes out. But yeah, stay tuned. So honestly, that was pretty easy actually. Took a matter of like 2 seconds. So I got my little tool, put it up here in the top, popped this corner out, and then went around it all the way down and around. It's got some basic clips on it that hold it in. Shouldn't be too bad. It was like 30 degrees out here and I didn't break one, so I think you should be pretty good. Typically in the code, it does make them a little more brittle than what they usually are. Do got some of these, have to get those out. Those little retaining clips, 2 of them did stay in, so we had to get those out before we reinstall it. But we got, it looks like either 7 or 8 millimeter bolts that go around it. There's 4 of them. And then this whole interface here will come out. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that out real quick, and then once I get it out, I'll pick the video back up again and show you guys how it looks. All right, so this is what we got left over after getting this off. You do have to put a little pressure on this to get it out because it does have those little retaining clips there on the side. But just 2 of those and then 3 connectors you got to take loose. It's your standard, push the little tab down and releases. But yeah, I'm about to start looking at these instructions and see how this thing wires in. And then once I start getting it wired in, I will pick the video back up and show you guys my process or progress I've made. I need to find my GoPro again, that way I can record all this. And that way I can make sure my camera's still staying in focus too. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, like I said, pause the video now, and we're gonna start getting the wiring up here and see where everything goes. And I'm gonna shut that door because it is like freaking 30 degrees right now. It's kind of nippy outside. But yeah, once I start getting it together, I will pick the video up and show you guys how it looks, and you know, let you know how hard it is to put in and things like that. So stay tuned. All right, everybody, we got it in there finally. I was gonna show you guys step by step on the process behind the screen, but literally all that stuff there is plug and play. Like, it's labeled pretty good. So I don't think we'll have any issues with that. The only thing that was kind of tricky was gonna be this one here, and this is for your backup camera. So you got a plug that's like, let me see if I can get my light in there on it. That's into a harness there. You essentially just unplug it, plug the one that they send with the kit into it, then you plug the factory into the kit or into the jumper, and then you run your cable back over for the, and that's for the rear view camera. Couldn't get it to work. It's still not working. I'm gonna have to reach out to them to see what's going on. But really easy to get to. You got a T15 here, T15 there, and then 2 at the bottom. And then the whole dash compartment down here at the bottom will come out for you. And while I was in here, I went ahead, the cabin air filter for the truck is right here, so I went ahead and changed that out while I was here as well. But other than that, process is pretty straightforward. Yeah, like I said, I mean, everything's working as it should. Like I said, Apple CarPlay is doing just fine. It loads up really quick as well. It's not really glitchy or buggy feeling. It's like pretty fast to respond to, you know, what you're doing with it. And the speakers, they sound great because I kept the, you know, it's got the Bose premium sound, and with that little box that they send with it, which you have to buy separately, it does retain the Bose premium and uses the Bose amplifier. So Still sounds good like it did before. The other tricky part was the one for the steering wheel controls. You had to take that lower trim piece off the steering column, and there's a 10-pin connector like right behind the steering wheel that you got to unhook, and then put like a jumper cable in there for that. Then run a cable back to the radio, plug it in. Being that I don't have my GoPro, I can't really show you guys that, because if I'd have tried to do it with this camera here, it'd have been terrible. But yeah, I mean, it looks really good, and I mean, I think for the price point, I think it was like 500 and some change, maybe, for everything. So I don't think it's really badly priced either, so that's another good thing. And then this here, this gray, it's almost the same color as the bezel that's factory on the truck. So that looks really good too. It kind of meshes well. I'll probably end up painting both of them, but for now, you know, it's just fine. As long as I got Apple CarPlay, I'm a happy camper. I'm gonna reach out to him about the backup camera though, to see what's going on with that. But yeah, I mean, it does take a little bit more time than like a standard radio, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. And I did have one more question. So would you guys rather see me put the Starlight headliner in the GMC or the Ranger? I'm leaning more towards the GMC just because I don't plan on getting rid of this truck, and the Ranger, it's kind of a smaller cab. Like I said, I do plan on trading that in. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. But other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Look at that Apple CarPlay, it's so nice having that now. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. If you enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned, because we'll have a lot more coming. Peace.